Spellbound is a fairy tale-inspired actual play D&D podcast. It follows the adventures of Princess Theia, the human sorceress, played by Lydia.r.miller.
I have 4 corsets. Do you want to see them?
Delaelia, the elven ranger, played by Kelsea Botwinick-Haruza.
Right. Well, you're the dick. I'm the nice one.
Feliks, the gnome fighter, played by Rebecca Munoz.
Is that a dragon in your pants, or are you just happy to see me?
And me, your DM, Emma Carter. Hello, listeners. Welcome back. I hope everybody had a safe holiday weekend last week, whether you chose to celebrate or not. I know last episode I jokingly reminded everyone that COVID-19 is still a thing. This week I would like to remind us again, on a more serious note, that we are still in a pandemic and cases are going up. As of yesterday, Wednesday, July 8th, Missouri broke its own single-day record for new COVID-19 cases for the second time in less than 2 weeks. The state reported 773 more cases on Tuesday. The previous high was 553 on June 25th. I know I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but I just want to say we need to keep social distancing and quarantining. I know not everyone has a choice, depending on where you work and what your financial situation is. If you have the ability, stay home. Partying with our friends is not essential. Neither is eating out in a restaurant. Keep ordering delivery or takeout. Schedule a Zoom cocktail night. Or at the very least, wear your mask when you go out in public and keep 6 feet apart, please. So I tried to make this week's episode a little bit longer to make up for missing last week, but it just got too long. The good news is that means I'm pretty much almost finished with next week's episode, so silver linings, right? When last we left our heroes, they decided to travel to the elven village of Sylvail to rescue Prince Dashing and figure out if whoever's taken him has anything to do with what might be poisoning the forest. Princess Theia discovered there's more to her mother's story than what she's been told. Will our heroes unravel this mystery, or will the questions just keep piling up? Let's find out. I will see you in the story.
Okay, I just wanted to retcon one thing, and I think probably Wahea just corrects themselves, but Theia's mom did visit the forest 10 years ago, but her mom also visited 20 years ago. So 20 years ago, around the start of the reign of King Ferdinand and Queen Jophiel in Highgard, the queen, you've learned from Wahea, traveled to the enchanted forest of Mayril to visit with the elves of a Fonetoid to make peace with them, because they are the predominant civilization within the forest of Mayril. So I just wanted to fix that, because it was originally I only told you at the time where she came 10 years ago, but she did come 20 years ago as well.
And she came to a Fonetoid or to Mayril?
So a Fonetoid is the city of the elves in Mayril.
Right.
So she came to a Fonetoid 20 years ago to make peace with them. And a Fonetoid is where Delaelia is from. And then one more thing I wanted to add for you, specifically Princess Theia, is that last time we talked about how you guys all rolled really well with your history or religion checks. And so you all knew that Kildora is the goddess of nature, the goddess of the hunt. Theia, something that you would also be familiar with, and actually maybe even Feliks too, because Feliks has been traveling and interacting with a bunch of different people for a while, is that amongst the villagers of Highgard, and basically amongst people outside the forest, Kildora is not so much thought of as like the protector of the forest in this like kind of beautiful way that probably like Delaelia or people within the forest would think of her. Outside the forest, Kildora is more of like literally like the big bad wolf. Like a big bad wolf that like will hurt you if you go into the forest. So it's the same being, but different people have different perspectives on her. So outside the forest, much less of a beautiful goddess, more of like a vengeful, like scary god figure, the
Cool.
big bad wolf.
So, should I refill my spell slots? Have I rested enough to do that?
Yes. So after every long rest, which is a rest of about 8 hours, I think is the time. It has to be like a long rest. You, Theia, get to refill all of your spell slots.
It's 6 hours of sleep and 2 hours of downtime, along with enough water and food for a 24-hour period, equals a long rest that refills your spell slots and hit points.
So since it's 7:30, we've been here for about an hour. I'm gonna jump us in. I'm gonna drop us in. I'm gonna drop us in.
I imagine us jumping in like in Mary Poppins.
Just jumping right into the book.
Mhm.
Luska do, we can too.
Oh my god, I love you. Okay, so you guys, when last we saw our heroes, Delaelia, Feliks, and Princess Theia, you were all sitting in a circle attempting to meditate by the river. And as you were meditating, Princess Theia did shrink herself about 4 inches, and that is where we left off. As you are down by the river, Wahea comes down, Princess Theia, with some clothes for you that they have taken from their own closet. And when you stand up and they see you, they just blink, and then they say, "I will need to make some adjustments," and then they go back up into the tree.
Wait.
Thank you! Do you think it'll wear off?
Maybe try meditating again?
Also, the great thing is that you have the power to shrink people. You just have to figure out how to make it work.
Do I?
Clearly.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
One thing is clear.
great. Well,
so think big.
I think Felix is pleased that he is less tiny than he was a little while ago.
he's
Hey,
not
I
listening.
have no problems with my height, thank you very much.
You're very secure.
I am very secure in my height. I'm just more concerned that, are you going to be stuck like this?
I don't know. I guess there are worse things, but
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being short. It's a very nice
I guess-
world, but
I guess I should ask her before she alters them.
yeah,
Them.
They alter them. Thank you. I'm just gonna run after them and ask. I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm gonna take off up the stairs.
And Theia, I think you catch up to. Actually, yeah. If you guys want to say something while she does that.
So, how about that?
yeah. I gotta say, this is way outside my wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to bring it up earlier in what happened last time, but I did write down that when we were meditating, Feliks noticed that a bush was moving around, like it was shaking. So Feliks is he's going to keep talking, but he's also going to kind of go over to the bush and kind of see what exactly was making it shake. He's
Cool. I'm
not
gonna go
really
with him.
comfortable that. Yeah. I mean, you elves must be much more familiar with magic than I am. I mean, no magic is very different from human magic. Like, it's not the
I
same.
mean, elf magic is very different than human magic too, but all we can do is support her and encourage her.
What was that?
Yeah. So, do I need to roll perception while Feliks checks the bush? Or-
Roll investigation for me.
Okay. Where did my thing go?
Oh, and I'm helping. So
So
you
is
can get
that
advantage.
Okay.
I say, let it be known.
Let it be known. Okay.
Oh my gosh! Please screenshot that. Please screenshot that. That's incredible.
Oh my god.
Somebody.
That is insane. Hang on. How do I do that?
Got to do this.
I don't know how to screenshot on this
I
computer.
screenshotted it.
Okay, cool.
Okay, thank you.
There's our post for the night. concerned about what we look like. That's it.
Thank you for helping, Kelsey.
Yeah,
That could
I
have
gotta
been
pick as well.
disastrous.
Was it the first one that was the 1, or was it the second one?
It was the first one was the 20. The first one was the
Okay.
20.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
So
sorry,
I
what
shouldn't
was
have
the
helped, or maybe I got that one out of the way for you. You're welcome.
Mhm. That's
Um,
what I'm chalking it up to.
so describe for me what you guys do.
Well, just while we're talking, Feliks is just, he's kind of going, and he's just moving branches around and just kind of looking in it, kind of looking over his shoulder before the princess comes back. He's kind of just like, what made this thing move? Like, he's concerned there might be something in it.
And you look in the bush, and I think probably because Delaelia is with you, I think, so this is what happens. You're looking in the bush, both of you, and Feliks, you pull some grass or some leaves aside, and you can sense that something in there is moving away from you. And as it moves away from you, Delaelia, you pull aside your part of the bush and the leaves, and you feel something like hit right into your hands. Not a big something, but whatever's moving away, it backed right into Delalia's hand.
I grab it.
Okay, make a strength or dex to grab.
Dex,
Okay,
right?
I think so.
What did you
Yeah.
grab?
I don't know, dog. What did I get? Fucking porcupine. What do we say, Dex?
Oh,
Let me see.
There it is. Jeez Louise.
Let me know what it is. Oh,
Oh, it's a 17. Not
Yay!
horrible.
that is not horrible.
Yay.
That might not be a good thing, though. Do I want this in my hands?
We'll see. So, Delaelia, you okay, Delaelia, you feel something scaly, in your hands, and spiky. Okay, so yeah, you grab onto whatever's in this bush, and it feels like scaly and spiky underneath your hands, and that actually hurts. That hurts your hands. And you hear a kind of a squealy. No, that's not a good sound. So you hear like a cat, and then you feel something sting you. Oh, so
Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, roll me a Constitution. DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
I should be fine with my 0 con.
sorry.
Okay, it's a 13, so we're good.
Okay, so yeah, it stings, but you don't feel like any effect happen. It just hurts. And actually, here I should have rolled something to see if that actually hit you. So Delaelia, you hear like a cat, and then you can feel something trying to sting you, but it hits your armor. Are you wearing like a leather armor of some sort, or your arm bracer?
Yeah, she has
I do
leather
have bracers
bracers.
on. Yeah.
So it hits your leather bracer, and there's this thing, an invisible thing is squirming in your hands.
It's invisible?
Yeah, you can't see it.
Is it cute?
I don't know.
I want
It's
it.
invisible.
What is it?
What do you do? Feliks, you look like you were getting excited.
I am. It's invisible.
I'm gonna talk to it. Or should I be its friend?
I can try to speak with it. Feliks can speak.
yeah.
With it at least. Maybe he can try.
Okay.
Don't know what it is, but
I'm holding it like this.
I
Pulling
mean,
out in front of you.
it's a real. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but let's see. Okay. I don't know. He's like just talking to an empty fist. Hey, little buddy. You wanna not hide? We're not gonna hurt you. We just noticed you were kind of sneaking around. Can you understand what I'm saying?
It's still struggling, Delaelia, but I think Delaelia, it feels like you have it in a weird, like you're holding it in a weird way. Like you've lived in the forest, you've held animals before. It seems like maybe it's uncomfortable.
I want to hold it gently, nicely, like adjust my grip and then pet it a little bit, like in a way that won't poke me.
Okay. So you do that.
Should I animal handling it?
Yeah, animal handling it.
Yeah, Felix is not going to be able to understand what this thing is saying.
Yeah.
It's probably not something that's usually kept as a pet by gnomes, so he doesn't have a natural ability to talk to it.
Yeah.
I
I got a 12, thank God, because of my +5 animal handling.
So I'm gonna say Delaelia and Felix, you're both kind of trying to calm this thing, and you do adjust your grip on it, Delaelia, and you start to pet it. And as you adjust your grip, and you know you're not clenching onto it anymore, as you stroke it, it does sit in your hands for a second, and you can feel little talons. And as you pet it, Delaelia, you feel like there's something else sticking up out of the back that's a little more like webby or thin, and like bony, but like with some like webbing in between the bones. But as you're having that thought, you also feel it jump out of your hands, just like a cat that doesn't want to be held, jumps out of your hands, and you both see it moving through the grass invisibly across, like running away from you both, but you can see where it's going through the grass.
Oh, that was interesting.
You follow it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Aggressive.
No, wait. Felix is following.
So you guys are doing that, and I'm going to shift over to Princess Theia real quick. While she will be doing this while you guys are doing that. Princess Theia, you catch up with Wahea before they go back up into the tree, because they're about to like jump up and do a really cool like to the top of the tree. But you catch up with them just in time.
Wait, Wahea, your magical elfiness. Do you know if there's any way to not stay shrunk?
Wahea turns around and they look at you and they say, "I do not know."
Oh.
There it is. There it is, ladies and
Well, you
gentlemen.
tried.
I guess I'll
Gold
just
star.
down with my friends being short and stuff.
Hey.
Perhaps, they continue, they say, perhaps you can find some sort of magical item or herb. I do know that in the woods somewhere there are rumored to be mushrooms. What is it they say? One side will make you taller and the other side will make you smaller.
I feel like I've heard of that in a story somewhere. Great. Guess I'll look for mushrooms. Thank you for the advice. Bye. And I'm gonna run back to my friends.
Okay, and then they go up the tree. So you join your friends. Theia, as you turn around, you can see like the lady is holding something, but you can't see what she's holding, but she looks like she's holding something. But then you see suddenly both Felix and Delaelia are chasing after something, and you can see the grass moving as well too, but you don't see what they're chasing after.
I'm gonna follow them, obviously.
Okay, so you guys are chasing after this invisible thing. Okay, describe for me. I want to know what your plan is. You've got 3 people chasing after it now. Is there a strategy? What's the?
So I can't use animal friendship because you have to be able to see the animal to use it.
Oh no.
So I'm just running and I say, "It has spines, be careful."
What has spines? What's happening?
I don't know. It's hard to
invisible.
explain.
Yep.
Delaelia grabbed something out of a bush.
It was listening to us and watching us when we were meditating.
Oh.
So Felix is going to run a little off direction, and he's going to take off his cape, and he's going to shout out, "Delaelia, chase it this way!" And he's going to try and catch it with his cape.
Okay.
Kind of like
chase
catching a cat,
it
just blanket it.
Cool.
I love it.
Chase
All
it
right.
at Felix.
So I love this. So you're chasing it towards Felix, Delaelia. Let's see. What do we roll for that?
Just dexterity.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Felix, roll dexterity, and I will also roll dexterity for the creature. Oh, so close. Well, but hey, Delaelia is helping? No, I guess Delaelia is helping you by making it go towards you. Okay, so you rolled an 8, Rebecca, and the creature with its modifier rolled a 12. So you got your is it your cloak you said, or your jacket, your cape?
Yeah, the cape.
And are you attempting to like cover it with the cape?
Yeah, he's kind of trying to cover it, just jump on top of it and cover it, hold it down.
So you jump up on top of it, and you can feel it like wriggling underneath you, under the cape, and it's still going. And it sounds really freaked out.
I'm sorry.
And as you say that, it finds a little bit of a hole to wiggle through, and it wiggles out from under you, Feliks, and then it runs towards the garden, towards Wahea's garden. And I'm going to say, Princess Theia, I'm going to say you're probably nearer to the garden because you were coming from the tree. So it runs towards the garden, and it's still visible.
Can I... Can I... like watch it in the grass and try and do like a dive and catch it?
Yes. Roll me a dexterity check. And I'm going to say that because that's pretty hard since it's invisible, I'm going to say you have to get a 17.
Does anybody want to help?
Feliks is, he sees her kind of getting ready and he's like, just focus, you can do it!
Okay.
So emotional support.
Does that mean
Emotional support!
Do I get to roll with advantage, or no?
I'm going to say probably, like, Feliks also can, like, point out where, like, which direction it went, because he felt which direction it went, so I'll say that's part of it, too. But, yeah, you can roll twice now.
Cool.
Ah! Oh, my gosh! Okay! Princess Theia, you got a dirty 20!
Hey! So, I'm gonna... watch it in the grass, and in a rare moment of coolness and coordination, I'm gonna jump on top. No. Yep, I'm gonna jump on top of it.
Oh, we're gonna break this poor thing.
No, I'll be kind. Like, I'll make a space for it, but I am gonna contain it with my body.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you do exactly what you said, Princess Theia. You jump on it, and you get really lucky, and it will land on top of whatever this thing is, and you can feel it wriggling like underneath your like belly, and it's moving around underneath you. You can feel weird, kind of like thin, but also pokey, kind of like a flapping underneath you, kind of like wings. Like maybe a bat kind of like texture. And you can hear it making that
Can I like grab some dirt or something and throw it on there so we can see it?
Aww.
Poor
Sure.
thing. I mean, like, I don't know. Why are we chasing this, guys? What did I just catch?
I don't know, maybe it can be our friend.
It was spying on us.
That's not how I talk.
No, but it wants to be our friend, though. It seems pretty upset.
Well, hey, what is this animal?
Oh, Wahea's up in the tree.
Oh, well, hey, what is this animal?
They don't answer you because they're really far up in the tree.
Okay,
But
I'm
does Theia do the dirt thing? Is that a thing that actually happens?
Is that too mean?
That's a good idea.
I'm gonna do it. Sorry, little animal. But yeah, I'm gonna grab like a fistful of dirt and like kind of poof it on top of there so that I can see it.
And you do that. You throw the dirt at the creature, and the dirt falls onto this creature, and it looks to be no bigger than a cat. You don't really see any colors. You don't see like much texture, but you do see, you hear a kind of like a, and then you see like a snort, as if it's like snorting the you got it like right in its mouth.
That's tight.
And what does it do?
Poor thing. I feel bad. We're like terrorizing this tiny creature.
You're torturing it.
And all three of you, so suddenly all three of you feel really scared.
Oh.
You just feel really scared.
Oh, are we empathizing with it?
Let
I
it
think
go.
this is its defense mechanism. I do speak with animals at it.
I don't know. Okay, this is the thing, Kelsey. I don't know if it counts as an animal. I don't know if it counts as an animal.
It's a beast.
If it's like a so is it like any beast?
It says you gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, but at minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive or have perceived within the past day. You might be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favor for you at the GM's discretion.
Okay. So you're all feeling really, really scared. You like all of a sudden, just the emotion comes over you. And then Delaelia, you cast your spell. What do you say?
I'll protect you, little guy.
And there's a pause, and then there's a kind of sort of scrambling, like you can hear little claws clicking, and Delaelia, you feel something climbing up your leg, little claws climbing up your leg, climbing up your back, climbing up onto your shoulder. And you feel a lot like what must you assume is a tail kind of wrap around your neck, not in a threatening way, but just like laying across your clavicle.
Like a mouse.
And there's something on you, and it's when you so this is speak, it's not charm, right? It's not
correct.
Charm, and it's still kind of like,
and I stroke it gently. I'm trying to be nice to it, and I say, what's your name, friend?
That's a good question. I hadn't named it. That's a good question.
Is it Biff? Its name is Biff, isn't it?
The creature, let's see. The creature shows you a picture, Delaelia, in your mind's eye of, it shows you a picture in your mind's eye. You see a book with a candle close by that's on fire. And the book says, nope, that's not what it says. And the book says, someone throw out a word. Someone throw out a title of a book.
For Lorn.
Foul.
With friends.
For Lorn with friends?
Yep.
So
that's literally all of us right now.
And the book says forlorn with friends. The book says forlorn with friends, and in your mind's eye, Delaelia, the camera zooms in, so you just see Lorn.
Cute.
Lorn.
That was a good device for audience participation. I'm gonna tell Ryan about that. That's funny.
I like that.
Lorn. It's okay, Lorn. You're safe with us. Whatever's being scary right now, we won't let it hurt you.
And then it sends all of you a picture of you chasing after it. In your mind.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
That was a misunderstanding.
That was, we were having a very private moment, and we were afraid that you were an enemy that might hurt us.
And the picture in your mind goes away. The creature on you, Delaelia, is no longer invisible. And all of a sudden, Feliks and Theia, you see your little friend, the pseudo dragon, on the
Oh, and we threw
Him's name was Lorn the whole time.
I'm writing that down so I don't forget.
Oh, hi, Lorn.
Love Lorn.
Well,
I apologize for scaring you, Lorn. Would you like to spend time with us? You can come and go as you please, of course, but you're welcome to join our group.
And I promise not to throw any more dirt in your face.
yeah, I won't jump on you. Sorry.
And it snorts at you, Theia. It snorts some more dirt in your face.
So cute.
I deserve that.
And I will let you guys know, just because it's weird when I know things and you don't. It says it understands Common and Draconic, but it can't speak them. So it can't speak. That's why I'm having it communicate with you via like pictures and emotions, because it can do that.
Which I
so
love.
Lorn's not going to speak words, but he can understand it, you talking in Common and talking in Draconic, because he's a dragon. So Lorn, he looks around to the three of you, and he hops down from your shoulders, Delaelia, but he sniffs, Do any of you have any food on you?
Oh.
Are things upstairs or are they down here?
They can be down here.
Okay, then I have rations.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. He sends you all a picture of like a giant hunk of like a turkey leg. And the feeling of hunger. He sends you the feeling of hunger.
I give him a ration. Sorry, this is all I have, little guy.
And
Yeah.
he sniffs it. And he seems like, but then he eats it anyway.
Was Wahea just fixing up those clothes for you, or
I think
are we supposed to
so.
go back up there? Okay.
I don't know if they're gonna come bring them to us, or I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, they're a little intimidating.
Oh, extremely. It never stops feeling that way.
Great.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was just me.
No. Wahea knows more than all of us combined and all of our parents. It's a lot.
Great.
Wahea is my teacher. They are my mentor and taught me everything I know. I am a little bit of an outcast from my family, so they are my chosen one, I guess.
Why are you an outcast?
Well, I don't fit in.
I know how that feels.
Uh-huh. So I start climbing and I motion to Lorn. Do you wanna ride, Lorn? We're going up.
And Lorn shakes his head. No, he's still really going to town on that ration you gave him. And I think Cherry Bloom has fluttered over and is like, woo!
Hey, Cherry Bloom.
I haven't actually talked to Cherry Bloom. I think that Cherry Bloom mostly just giggles. He mostly just like is like.
I like the idea of Cherry Bloom being like a chipmunk, but the personified one, like. So cute.
And Cherry Bloom is fluttering around Lorn with curiously as you guys go up into the tree house.
Cool.
And once you're all up there, Wahea approaches you, Princess Theia, and they offer you your garments, which have now been altered to fit your new height.
Thank you.
And they gesture, they pull down a not a screen, but like a kind of like a partition, like a curtain. They pull a curtain made out of like, not out of leaves, but like out of like woven. Like it's not just like a bunch of random leaves, but it's like fibers that have been woven together so that you can change behind this privacy curtain.
Thank you so much. One small question. What happens if I do find those mushrooms you were talking about and I grow?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, Wahea told me that if I found some mushrooms, the one side makes you smaller and one side makes you bigger, and
Metagame? What if Feliks gets big? That would be so cool. New mission.
Oh,
Who cares about the forest?
Title of your sex tape.
Felix gets big.
Felix gets big.
It's big. Gross. I love it.
No, but honestly, Wahea, am I gonna have to get new clothes if I get bigger?
Yes.
Oh,
All right.
okay, thanks.
Oh.
And I'm gonna go behind that screen and change.
So these mushrooms she's supposed to be eating, what do they look like?
I have not seen them myself, but I believe that they are purple
Purple mushrooms.
with green spots.
Taking notes. It's a thing now in the story,
Taking
so we're going to
notes.
be looking for them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, it feels like it might be more trouble at this point. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling about it.
Okay, bear with me, everyone. And I look around at everybody. What if who we are becoming every day is now who we are? And so you going back to the old way of how you were wouldn't be who you are now, and it wouldn't be being true to yourself.
Oh.
She does a bomb thing on her head. Delelia's getting douchey.
She's getting really comfortable right now. Has
Real
she been
douchey.
eating some mushrooms? Like, she's laid
like
back
you go-
now.
Down
when
in
you
her
go
like
home.
ancestral home.
Yeah, when you're with your like adult friends and they're like, I don't even fucking recognize you right now because you're acting like your true self.
I just love it. Like, have you ever watched Steven Universe?
Yes.
She's giving me hardcore Garnet vibes.
Oh my gosh.
So she's this character, and she's big and tall and stoic, and she's got this really sexy, deep voice. And sometimes she just says the craziest things, but she says them still in character. So she has to answer a phone call, and she doesn't want to. And she's like, "Hello, yes, the children are playing. They're playing with swords. Oh no, they're dead. Never call here again." Like,
That's funny.
Yep.
I love
but yeah, this is a.
That's
you guys
very.
should watch Steven Universe if you haven't. It's so
I've heard
good.
really good things.
It's
It's
very good.
queer and it's very beautiful.
There's so
and-
many cartoons I need to watch. So many.
Yeah, and a good balanced male character who is not hyper masculine. Like,
oh my god, yes.
he's I want a kid like him someday. Like, he's so
Steven
like
is
so not forced masculine.
Steven is like the Sailor Moon of the Steven Universe world. Like, he's like the one that they all rally around because he has like the heart. You know what I mean? Like, he's the heart-driven character who is like so sweet and full of love. He's such a, what is it called? Gentle masculinity, tender masculinity. He's
Tender
a
masculinity.
really good
Tender
example of tender masculinity.
Yeah, like he wears he wears pink and he doesn't think about it. He loves to sing. He loves to cook. He wants to help
Love
people
that.
with their problems.
He's romantic.
He's so romantic. Oh, what a sweetheart.
You'll just die because he's just, and it's like, sorry, I don't mean to derail the thing, but like, he starts out really dopey and then he grows. He has such a good growth as a character. Anyway, Steven Universe is really good. Steven
Yeah.
Universe and Shira.
This
and
episode brought to you by Steven Universe.
You don't even have to pay me. I'm gonna keep that. But so
Okay.
you say that Delaelia and Wahea just like looks at you deadpan.
All right. I'm gonna say I'm probably dressed at this point, so I'm gonna come back out from behind the screen and kind of do like a little, huh? What do you think?
Hey, you look great.
Thanks.
You look
It's
very
nice to have-
comfortable.
Very functional, which is excellent.
Yes, it's nice to not have a dress.
Ooh, and
Do
do you want to describe what the picture's like? In case
Oh
our people
yeah.
don't know?
So Rebecca drew me this beautiful picture.
It's really just
So-
a rendering of like how I look all the time, which is
Yeah.
really funny.
Totally.
You can take it for the show. Yeah.
I mean, it's still kind of princessy. So I've got like a princess bodice, but then from the waist down, it's pants. They look like leather pants, and then
Boots.
these like really high, knee-high leather boots. Let me look at this picture because it's freaking awesome. Yeah, and I got some like long, like elbow-length leather gloves. Yeah, I feel like a badass.
Yeah, totally.
You are a badass.
Thank
Love it. Oh, Wahea, are we to be on our way after a night's sleep?
Wahea comes to you, Delaelia, and they hand you a map. So Wahea, that's not their voice. French, German, Russian, French. They give you the map. This is a map of the forest. You can use it to point you in the right direction, but you should know, to get to Sylvail, you will have to cross a bridge. It does not matter which side of the river you are on when you begin. Either way, you will have to cross a bridge to enter the world of Sylvail.
Just a bridge? That doesn't sound so bad. Right?
It's obviously a magical bridge.
Yes.
Will it ask for something in return? Should we be prepared with anything?
Possibly. The Wood Elves of Sylvail are very private. They have set up many safeguards from people of the outside world. So you should be prepared for that. When you go, try to find a druid by the name of Tarwater. Tarwater, named for our friend JT, Jason Tarwater. When you go to Sylvail, look for my friend, a druid by the name of Tarwater. We have known each other for many years, but I have not seen him for quite a while. That is not strange. We are both very private people, but he would be a good point of reference for you in this
Is he
city.
an elf as well?
Yes.
So it might have been a lot of years since you've seen this druid.
They think for a minute and they say, about 50 years, yes. The trip could take a full day or more. The bridge is only visible by the light of the moon.
Oh. In a full moon or any moon?
Any moon. But you must invoke the name of the goddess for it to appear.
Okay. That's good information. And Delaelia rolls her eyes. Do you think I should go get a gift or something from a phonetoid? Or are we enough?
It is up to you, Delaelia. I do not think you have to come bearing gifts, but it could not hurt.
Okay. We'll think about it. May we stay here for the night?
If you wish, yes. But
Maybe we can meditate some more. And I stare at Theia.
You are welcome.
And Delaelia reaches out her hand to Wahea and says, gets a little misty-eyed and says, "Thank you. I've really, really missed you."
And Wahea, their face is in general is usually pretty neutral. But they also put a hand on your hand and they look at you, Delaelia, and you see like the slightest hint of a smile, which you would know is like their way of smiling.
Exuberant, yeah.
Yeah. It's like Captain Holt in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Wahea is Captain Holt.
I love that.
You guys are gross.
All right. Yeah, I want to give us time to take a rest and also let Theia, if you are amiable to this, practice some more.
Yeah, I probably should. Since the last time I tried to do anything, I shrunk 4 inches. It's fine.
Which is way better than exploding something and or floating.
True. Valid.
Growth.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically. That's funny.
Oh.
Hello, this is your DM, Emma Carter here. I'd like to take a moment to thank you, the listener, for pressing play. And an extra big thank you to those who shared the podcast or rated and left us a review on Apple Podcasts. If you share the podcast on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, tag us and hashtag #TheSpellPod, I'll put your name on my NPC naming list. There are some significant non-player characters coming up, and I still don't have names for them, so gently caress that share button if you want to become a part of our Spellbound universe. This month, we'll be hosting a Spellbound listener cameo contest. If you're an actor, whether professionally or for the love of it, or you're just a person who thinks it would be really fun to hear your voice on the podcast, this contest is for you. I'll provide a segment of dialogue from an NPC you've yet to meet and make that available to all who are interested. It is then up to you to record that segment of dialogue and email it to thespellpod@gmail.com. You don't need to have a professional microphone or setup to submit yourself. We're all using a variety of microphones, and we're currently recording the episodes via Zoom. So just do the best you can with what you have and record in a quiet space. The winning submission will be featured in that future episode. I think the cameo will appear in about 2 to 3 episodes, so keep an eye on the Facebook page for Spellbound. That's where I'll be posting all of the information you need to enter the contest. All right, let's get back to the story.
Cool. Well, I am going to meditate by the river. And so I do.
Cool.
I think Feliks is going to go down to the ground level and set up at least one tent. And he's going to kind of go through his pack and just kind of make sure he has everything. He just sets up the tent just in case anybody needs a break or something. Just it's a place to go, so you don't have to climb up the tree again.
And I'm gonna go sit next to Delaelia and attempt this meditation thing one more time.
Okay, cool.
And Feliks is just gonna watch that too. He'll watch and meditate. This isn't for him. He's just gonna watch. He's no good at that. He can't sit still.
And I think while you watch, Feliks, I think Lorn comes up to you, and as you're setting up the tent, Lorn is just watching the whole process of you setting up this tent, and just kind of like tilting his head from side to side and just watching like a little cat.
He's gonna make side commentary to it, to Lorn. He's like, "What do you mean it's crooked? It's perfect."
How does Ramsey feel about Lorn being close by?
He's curious about him, but he's kind of keeping his distance a little bit because it does look like a very small dragon, and big dragons eat goats. So he's like, is this thing gonna get bigger? Like, he's just kind of silently judging it, but he is curious, so he's kind of following it around the campsite.
Rebecca, can you roll a survival check for me? I want to know, and I know that Feliks is probably good at tents, but I just want to, for the sake of humor, I want to know how well Feliks is doing by putting up the tent.
Well, that's a 10.
Okay. So yeah, so I would say that, I think this is what happens, Rebecca, is that he's starting to put up this stuff like normal. He's done it tons of times, but then he looks up, and not only is it Lorn watching him, but now Cherry Bloom is watching him, and the Woodward is watching him. Everyone has basically just sat down and created an audience of watching Feliks put up the camp. You're kind of and I think maybe Feliks gets a little nervous with everybody watching him. And so he's dropping things that he normally wouldn't drop, and making mistakes that he normally wouldn't make.
Yeah, accidentally tying the wrong thing together and just just. Yeah, no,
you don't lose track of one of those poles and smack yourself in the face. I think you're good.
Yeah, yeah, he's feeling a little self-conscious now, so it's not entirely smooth sailing setting up the tent, but it's fun.
Beautiful. And Delaelia and Theia, tell me what are you doing by the river? Tell me what's going on with meditation.
I am just trying to find that magic within my soul, and not freak out and shrink anything.
Cool. Are you trying to cast a spell, or are you just focusing on your breath, or?
I think focusing on my breath for now. I guess I could try and cast something. Would I have to use a spell slot?
Well, are you guys taking a long rest is essentially what you're doing.
Yeah, burn them.
Yeah,
burn them, baby.
Okay, well, so I've been using Magic Missile a lot, but there's also Mage Armor and Cure Wounds. Or I guess I could just futz around with Prestidigitation.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Or Dancing Lights.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna play with Dancing Lights, because that sounds fun. And less destructive. So I'm gonna, I guess, dig down deep, think about my mother, who I now know had magic. And ooh, this would be a really great time. It'd be a really great time to just like in the stories,
Mm-hmm.
think about like how did mom do it?
Okay. I have an idea for your just like in the stories thing because like the way it is now, you have to roll a 9 or a 10 or you don't get anything, right? And that's kind of sad because so far we haven't gotten to do anything with it. So I've thought of a way to like tweak it a little bit. So yeah, so Theia, you and Delaelia are sitting down by the river. When you say just like in the stories, Theia actually does have that journal that used to belong to her mom. Do you take that out with you when you're doing that, or are you just like...
Yeah,
Okay.
I would take it out with me.
So go ahead and roll that d10 for me.
Okay.
We'll see. Okay, so it's an 8, so like really, really close. Okay, so while Thea is reaching inside herself while Thea is going into her heart center, Delaelia, what are you doing?
I think that I want to, like, even though I like to imagine that I completely clear my mind, what I'm doing instead of that is focusing on the river. Since I'm sitting by it, I'm wanting to listen to it and see, like, what it's saying, like, what its problem is and how it's hurting, how it's different. What's up?
Cool. Yeah. Let me come back. Actually, yeah. Before we do Thea's thing, roll me something. I know this isn't like a thing that is a normal thing. What do you think you'd roll me for like insight, right? Insight. Yeah.
Well, fuck yes.
What'd you roll?
It's a 7.
Okay.
It was a 2, but with my 5, it's a 7. The river's just like.
you just hear the river. I mean, like you're focusing really hard on it, and you hear frogs croaking, and you hear little like bugs chirping, and you hear bubbling. So you can at least sense that whatever is happening to the river, it hasn't killed all the wildlife in it yet. Like there's still living things in it. So it still stands that earlier when you were like deep down in it, you could smell something weird, but the animals still seem to be alive. So
good.
And then Theia. So Theia, you pull out your journal, and I'm imagining you just kind of like sitting there. Maybe are you cross-legged on the ground, or and you're focusing inward, and you think like, what would mom do? And are you wondering what mom would do about meditation or about what's the
I
question?
guess just kind of magic in general, like how did she get to that space to use magic, and like what kind of magic would she have used? And
so Theia, as you're sitting there with the book in your hands and thinking about your mom and kind of reaching into your psyche, your necklace begins to feel warm on your neck, and you've got the book, and the pages just kind of flutter a little bit as if like caught up in the breeze, and they land on a spot in the book that looks blank, 2 blank pages. If you look down, you would see that the pages aren't actually empty. Oh, the pages open in front of you, and you see in your mother's handwriting, but it's written in a language that you've never seen before, but for some reason you know what it says. It's an earlier page in the journal. And what's strange about it, Theia, is that it seems to have been written potentially maybe before you were born. And in this journal entry, your mother writes about beseeching the goddess Estrella to grant her wish. And she writes about how her heart swells whenever she thinks about Ferdinand, and that she hopes that the goddess will grant her this wish so that she can follow her heart. And she writes that she would be willing to sacrifice whatever she had to be able to spend her life with him, even if that meant her magic. I hope that's something. Hope that's something for you. And you've never read that entry before. Every time you've looked at the journal, that page has just looked blank, but now there's writing on it. But it only appeared because you asked that question. Is the kind of what I'm going for with this device. So that you can't just sit down and read the whole journal in a day or something. I'm trying this new thing so that you can actually get more bang for your buck from this, like in the stories thing.
So, did she actually give up her magic for him? Did he not know that she was magical?
It doesn't specify that. What you can get from this entry is that it seems like her magic is connected to the goddess Estrella.
Okay.
And that she needed something from the goddess to be able to be with your dad. And I'm sorry I don't have like an actual journal entry written out for you.
It's okay.
Gosh, if I had, maybe one day I'll sit down and just write out a novel. So for every question you might ask. But you can tell Theia from reading it that she sounds so excited, and so happy and so in love.
Huh. Maybe Dad didn't suck before. I guess I'm gonna try and focus on the goddess then. And see if I can connect somehow.
Are you praying? Is this like a spiritual moment or?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it would be like a Goddess Estrella, if you're out there, show me what I have to do.
Cool.
Help me.
Cool. So you meditate on that with the goddess. If you were a cleric, there's like actual things you can do to like talk to gods, but since you're not, I can't just throw that out there. But you're meditating with the goddess in mind. Do you try to cast any sort of spell or anything? Like you said, you might do some prestidigitation.
I'll try the prestidigitation.
Cool.
Gotta get back to my character sheet. And you get a song. Oh, sorry, dancing lights is what I was gonna do.
Oh yeah.
So it says you create up to 4 torch-sized lights within range, making them appear as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs that hover in the air for the duration. You can also combine the 4 lights into one glowing, vaguely humanoid form of medium size, whichever form you choose. Each light sheds dim light in a 10-foot radius. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the lights up to 60 feet to a new spot within range. A light must be within 20 feet of another light created by the spell, and the light winks out if it exceeds the spell's range.
So it's a cantrip, so it automatically happens. What were you imagining?
I was imagining light. Balls of light. See if I could make them happen.
You do. You make balls of light happen.
Okay, so then I'm gonna see if I can move them. Like maybe spin them in a circle or something.
And they do. You are surrounded by a circle of spinning lights. What color are they?
I feel like they're probably like a tealy color, like a sea glass color. Like sea glass.
At this point, Cherry Bloom is very into this, and Cherry Bloom flies over and is dancing with the lights because you can't cast a dancing light, so now Cherry Bloom is dancing with the dancing lights.
Good.
Yeah, and Felix is watching with the rest of the audience that was watching the tent, and like he's really excited. He's like, yeah, look at that, you did it! Like,
you didn't shrink.
You didn't shrink. It's great.
Yeah, and I guess I'm gonna send those up as high as I can and see how far above me I can get them.
So yeah, those lights go up really high. They go up probably they go up 60 feet into the air.
Right, the light just makes a 10-foot radius. Got it. So I'm gonna send them 60 feet in the air until they wink out.
and Cherry Bloom flies up with them all the way to the top until they wink out. And it's really fun and pretty.
Cool. Yay, I learned a thing.
what does this mysterious journal entry mean? And where did our friend Lorn come from? Maybe we'll find some answers next time on Spellbound. Songs used in this episode include Spellbound and Spellbound Part 2 by Vindsvept of bandcamp.com, River Flute, and Evening Fall Harp by Kevin MacLeod of incomptech.filmmusic.io, Spring by Alexander Nakarada of serpentsoundstudios.com, Theia's Theme by our friend Krista Poyman, and all sound effects are from zapsplat.com. Until next time.
Lydia, what happened?
I've had these glasses since high school, so 10 years, and yesterday I dropped them on the carpet, and they broke.
They were like, we're done! Fuck it!
They were like, we're done!
Enough!
They're really good glasses, too. I tried to super glue them. Did not work. I could Harry Potter them, but I feel like that's a lot of effort.